Mankato?
Yeah. But no,
Made some money?
Yeah, made some money. Got to hang out with a lot of friends. One of my friends.
Hope you all had a good, refreshing break. We'll get started with attendance. First meeting of the semester. Happy 2019. Senator Erickson.
Here.
Senator Moy.
Here.
Senator Ramsey. Senator Schmidt.
Here.
Senator Adeliji. I just talked with him. Did he pop out? There he is. And he's gone again. I'll count him as here. Senator Owosu.
Here.
Senator Andrade Lara.
Here.
Senator Kronk.
Here.
Senator Landis.
Here.
Senator Nowinski. Senator O'Vrighty.
Here.
Senator Silwall. Senator O'Caro.
Here.
Senator Christensen.
Here.
Senator Akintan.
Here.
Senator Omar. Senator Chaiti.
Here.
Senator Sajal.
Here.
Senator Garton.
Here.
Senator Sampson.
Here.
Senator Moeen.
Here.
Senator Mitchell.
Here.
Senator Rye.
Here.
Senator Zelmer.
Here.
Senator Hoyseth.
Here.
Senator Roebuck.
Here.
Senator Albright.
Here.
Senator Redinez.
Here.
President Cronin.
Here.
All right, first thing we have on our agenda is a presentation from Kayleen Cruz, the Amazon Prime Student Ambassador. Not here yet? Okay, we'll check back in a bit later. What's that?
Check back in 2 days.
Check back in 2 days or less. I like it. We'll then move into open forum. Is there anyone here to speak for open forum? Yes, welcome.
Hi. So I wanted to take a minute to stop in and actually introduce myself and also share a couple things. I know some folks in here, but not everyone. So my name's Emmy Mink. I'm the Interim Assistant Director for RSO's Leadership and Non-Traditional Students. I started back at the end of November, right as the semester was wrapping up, so I wanted to stop in and say hello. If you have questions about student orgs, leadership, anything, come see me. But also a couple things that I wanted to make sure were that you were aware of so you could share them with your constituents, I suppose. So the first thing is that spring recognition is currently open for student organizations. There's 2 key things they need to do. The first is they need to update their profile and engage, and the second is they need to come visit me. So they can do that. We need both steps completed by January 31st. The other 2 things I wanted to let you know about is that there will be an involvement fair coming up on January 29th. Student organizations can sign up for that on Engage. And the last thing is that we do host an annual student leadership retreat from February 1st through 3rd at Camp Omega in Waterville, Minnesota. We do still have some space available, so if you are interested or somebody else is interested, we would encourage you to either chat with me or register on the form and engage. It's a great experience, and it's only $20 for everything included, including transportation, food, lodging, and an awesome weekend and all. So, yeah, just wanted to say hi, introduce myself, and let you know about those things.
Thank you. Any questions? Senator Garton.
The involvement fair was?
The involvement fair is Tuesday, January 29th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Senator Kronk.
So that January 31st due date, is that to renew as an RSO, or what did you say?
Correct. So organizations that missed the fall recognition period will have from the 14th through the 31st.
So if you were already recognized, you don't have to do that.
Correct.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
Any further questions? Okay. Thank you. Is there anyone else to speak for open forum? Yes.
So, in case you don't recognize me, I've been here a few times before, Vice President Johnson. I'm here to thank you for helping us do the largest migration in state history from one tenant in the Office 365 to another. In some cases, our fellow schools were down as much as a month as students. We had asked you for 72 hours. We were back in 24. We announced it in 30 hours. And what I wanted to tell you as students is not only is this completed and you'll should start seeing a few of the benefits of it, such as the integration with D2L. It's currently available right now today. But what I will tell you is we anticipated a lot more support after completing the work that we needed to provide for students, and we just didn't have it happen. So you all figured it out. You used our website. We appreciate that. and it went really, really, really smoothly. If you continue to have any kind of issue, please do not hesitate to contact us. Our Solutions Center is still available. You can walk up, email, or call us at any time. So that's all I want to do is thank you and tell you I was here a few times talking about it. I thought it might be good to come and say, hey, we're done. Thank you. It's over with. So, thanks.
Thank you. Do we have anyone else to speak for open forum? Seeing none, did our Amazon Prime ambassador arrive? No, do you know if she's planning on email? Just sent the email?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. I'll ask a bit later on to see if she shows up, but otherwise we'll move into the approval of the consent agenda. Is there any dissent to approving the consent agenda? Seeing none, agenda passes. We will now move into officer reports, starting with President Cronin.
Thank you. First of all, welcome back. Happy New Year. I hope you all had a great break and you are ready for this spring semester. Pretty quick update on just some Students United updates. So over winter break, the vice chair did resign, Krista Sanders, and we had a special election held over winter break. That was a decision made by the board. Typically the vice chair is someone elected by the delegates, but the board felt that the fact that the next delegates meeting is April when we elect the new vice chair, there would be no point in doing that. So we had decided to hold a special election, and the individual election is Elijah Mason. He is actually currently a grad student here at Mankato. For those of you who may have been involved with Students United last year, he was the board member from Winona and their student body president, and he was also elected as treasurer last year, but then resigned and is back now this semester, a student here, the new vice chair. He does commute from St. Paul, but hopefully he might be able to stop in at our meeting next week so you all can have a chance to meet him. If you definitely see him around campus, say hi. It's his first semester here, so it'd be nice to have friends, I would assume. But also, the Students United Advocacy Conference is coming up. It's February 24th that weekend. Last semester, I did send out the registration form. There is no cap for the number of students that can attend from any university, whereas for delegates, we have a certain number of seats at the table. There are about 200 openings in general for the conference, but they're not limiting it to any one school. I know a good majority of you have already signed up, which is amazing. That sign up is due by January 30th, so if you've missed that email or you just didn't get sent again, just let me know if you're interested, want to learn more about it, but it is an opportunity hosted by Students United to learn more about how to become an advocate for any platforms that you're passionate about, and there'll be key speakers from people who work in St. Paul, people who were Students United alum, and it's just going to be a really cool opportunity. Everything is paid for, you know, it's a night in St. Paul for the weekend, so it'll be really fun. Another Students United related issue or item, there is now there's an opening for the Mankato coordinator position, which is the position that oversees our campus committee. That is an application that would need to be submitted to Students United themselves, and you would interview with their employees. So if you're interested in that, want to learn more about it, there is the Student Government Facebook page shared it, as well as the Students United Facebook page for Mankato. So you can learn more about its responsibilities and the qualifications needed, as well as how to apply. But if you want to learn more, I'd be more than happy to talk to you about it. Moving on from Students United, a few things going on here. I sent out an email last semester regarding a grade appeal committee that's needed to be formed for an arts and humanities grade appeal. I'm still looking for people. You would not be able to serve if your major is within the College of Arts and Humanities, but it is important that we find some individuals to do that as soon as possible, because there is a student out there waiting to hear back but cannot until that committee meets. So if you are interested in serving on a grade appeal committee or want to learn more, I have served on one myself, so I can answer any questions you may have. Once again, it's for an arts and humanities, so our arts and humanities senators, you obviously would not be able to serve on it. Next, as I mentioned last semester, this upcoming Friday is the hockey game that we, as student government, has been invited to by Vice President Jones. So if anyone is interested in attending, we sit in the box. I've never been to a hockey game, so I don't know if I'm saying the correct words. But if you want to come watch me see my first hockey game this Friday, email Amber if you would like a ticket. There are limited seats. There's about 12 to 15 tickets, I believe. If you need a ride, I'd be more than happy to drive anyone. But it'll be a really fun opportunity to watch a hockey game, I think.
I think it's Saturday night.
Oh, it's Saturday night.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you go Friday night and hang out with her to watch her first game.
No, I'm not going Friday.
It'll be the box night.
Yes.
What time is the game?
7:07. Okay, 7:07. Okay, so the game is actually Saturday night. So if you're available, want to watch some hockey, teach me the cheers or something, I'd love for anyone interested to attend. And like I mentioned, just email Amber if you're interested. Her email is amber.enz@mssu. And then she will be able to let you know if there's any more tickets available. Next, we are in the process of working on planning a spring retreat, similar to how there was a fall one. It would just be a day event, kind of, getting back together, reevaluating the work that was done last semester, checking in on the goals that we have set, talking about transition reports, which is something that we're hoping to do this year that's been in the works for the past few, and just some other things. But so keep that on your radar as we get closer to us locking down a day and relaying that information to you. Speaking of that, just as something to think about, your term here on Senate is half over now. We're into the second semester. We're less than 3 months out before the next elections. So I encourage you all to take a critical look at, why was it you decided you wanted to be a senator this year, whether that you had ran last April, joined in a vacancy seat, what were those initial goals that you talked about or wrote in your application that you wanted to see change on campus, and then, start thinking about, have you been approaching those issues? Have you met with people? Have you accomplished them? Have you thought of new issues and things? Just to make your time here worth it. A couple years from now, if you're putting this on a resume or something, what can you actually talk about that you accomplished and you can be proud of? And so I just encourage everyone to think about that, as well as that will be something that will be brought up in the retreat, and just so that way, you can start thinking about what you want to see this semester in yourself. And with that, I stand for questions.
Questions for President Cronin? All right. Seeing none, we will then move into my officer report. So first off, I hope you all got the email that I sent out last night. That is the format that we're kind of going to be moving forward with. I'll have the agenda attached, and then in the email, I'll just highlight some things mentioning the senator reports that we have going on that week's meeting and that sort of thing. Regarding office hours, I haven't made up the full schedule yet, but that will be included on next week's agenda. So if you look in that email, I'll have it out in the email itself, but then you can also look in the agenda where it'll be printed there. The first due date that you need to know about is January 30th, and that's when 6 office hours are going to be due. So that's the first due date you have coming up. Again, January 30th, 6 office hours. Otherwise, I moved back the allied health and nursing vacancy that we were going to have today till next week, because as of last night, we didn't get any submissions on that. So, if you're either in the college or someone who is, let them know, tell them about that vacancy, and hopefully we'll get a good couple of applicants on that for next week. Otherwise, I do want to highlight, as you'll see further down on the agenda, the off-campus senator and the vice president vacancy. Unfortunately, we did have Vice President Ogun Falami resign over winter break, so we will be holding that vacancy election as well. It'll function a lot like the senator vacancies that you're familiar with do. The only difference is that in a normal senator election, it's like a 50% majority that's needed. For vice president, it'll be 60% of the Senate that we need to get voting in favor of for that to pass. Otherwise, I do want to echo what President Cronin mentioned about transition reports and your legacy. I know it's kind of early to start thinking about this semester being over right here during this first week, but much like the first semester, it will just fly by. So start thinking about what you want your legacy to be, what you want to be able to say, this is what I got done during my year in Senate, and we'll go more into detail over transition reports, as President Cronin said, during the Senate retreat. But yeah, that I think it concludes my report. Any questions for me? Perfect. All right, seeing none, we will then move into senator reports. And I should have mentioned this at the beginning. I forgot, but Senator Moeen has volunteered to do a senator report for us today. You can go on up and when you're ready. Shoot the other thing.
Oh, good evening, everyone. Because it looks like you guys are tired, or anyway. So I'd just like to add one more thing, like as we discussed Tuesday with Mark and the technology committee meeting, that maybe the students will ask why that transition happened. So the main thing that I talked with Mark about the transition, that he said that the main benefit it would be like when the students get into the D12, they would be able to access the calendars and MAV mail, and also that they would be able to access the one folder where they'd be able to upload the documents in right to the D12. You don't have to go back to the one folder, right? OneDrive, yeah, my bad. OneDrive, and then you have to come back again, download it, and then upload it into D12. So yeah, that was my update. So do you guys have any other questions?
Questions for Senator Moeen? Seeing none, thank you. All right, and one thing that I forgot to mention, the Senator Report sign-up sheet I forgot to bring with me today, so we won't be passing that out, but if you want to give your Senator Report next week, let me know, and we can sign you up for that, and then I will be bringing the Senator Report sign-up sheet next week, and then you'll all be expected to write down 2 dates that you'll be given your senator reports in. We also still, of course, have the option for you to do a group report if that suits you better. But yeah, so done for real, and that concludes senator reports. We'll now move into announcements. Do we have any announcements? Senator Garton.
So on behalf of the Recreation Parks and Leisure Services Department, we have the summer job fair coming up. It's on January 30th. That's a Wednesday from 9:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. It's open to all students. It's jobs, internships, networking, part-time jobs, whatever you need. So let your fellow students know that that's coming up. And if you have any questions, you can contact me or any of the Recreation Parks and Leisure Services Department.
Senator Landis.
Tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m. there's going to be a free farmers market on campus. I believe it's going to be down in the Union. In addition to going there and getting some produce that's available to students, I do encourage anyone who has the opportunity tomorrow morning and throughout the day. They are in need of several volunteers at different times, starting at 10:30 a.m. If you sign up on Engage, there's sign-ups there. So just look for the spot on Engage.
Senator Mitchell.
Going off of that, the signups are on the community engagements page in Engage.
Sorry.
That's okay.
More detail, thank you.
Yeah. And bring your MAV card if you do go, because I think you need your MAV card for the farmers market.
John.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Madam President mentioned some of the stuff that I was going to speak on in terms of leaving your legacy and making sure you know what that's going to be for the year. So welcome back. We are in prime season for election stuff to be, the groundwork for that to be laid this semester. So keep in mind that we're live now. I believe the applications are available. It should be on Engage at this point. So Chief Election Commissioner Lucier will have some information about that if there's any further questions. So we are open. Should you know somebody who is interested in running, the filing deadline for the office of President and Vice President is 2 weeks before the general election. The filing deadline for candidates for any other position is 1 week before the election. So please know that that is coming up, and the election will be in April. This is a very busy semester. Before you know it, we're going to start having the Student Allocations Committee representatives come in to present budget stuff to you. So be ready this semester. Stuff's going to roll quickly. You will have a very long meeting in March, the Wednesday after spring break. There will be a meeting that you need to plan on being available until midnight for. So this will be a busy semester, a very important semester, a lot of important things to be done.
Senator Redinez.
I just had a question. Do you know how long the farmer's market is open till?
2 to 5.
2 to 5. Thank you.
Any further announcements? Yeah, Director Constantine.
Just like on behalf of the CSU and student activities, want to welcome everybody back. Hope everybody had a good break. First and foremost, remind you that this building is your building. We're open to your feedback, anything on your mind related to anything, let us know. We'll be happy to help you out. The chair of the Student Union Board is sitting right over there, Emily, so she'll be a good person to go ahead and pass things on to. As John alluded to, the Student Allocations Committee starts this Friday with our first presentations as far as for the SAF funding. So they begin starting over the next 5 weeks. They're 3-hour meetings from 9 o'clock in the morning until noon. We have 4 presentations starting this week. Todd and his staff, I think, are on board for this Friday, and some other folks as well. So busy time for some of you around the table as well, and a really important time, I think, along the way, because money is important and budgets are important, and it's that time of the season to get serious about those type of things too. The Union Board, we're in the middle of finalizing some of our budget as well, so Emily and our staff will be coming in to you and presenting that sometime in February. I think it's February 20th maybe. Might have that date wrong, but somewhere along there too. And finally, student events team, at the beginning of the semester, a lot of good events planned. We have something tonight down at Hearth Lounge, Mean Girls, a little bit of a pajama party downstairs tomorrow night, karaoke in the bullpen, as well as they're having a band after that from 8:30 to 9:30, and more karaoke after that, some refreshments and things like that. Boyer Race is a movie this weekend. For those that are interested in the movie, if you haven't seen it or want to see it again, that's on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Some activity going on. And I encourage all of you to partake in the things that are offered for you by your student fees overall. So, welcome back. Glad to have you. Let us know if we can help you with anything. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further announcements? All right. Seeing none, I'd like to thank our Dean of the Day, Dean Rutherford from Allied Health and Nursing, for being with us today. And just so you... Oh, sorry. Did you have something to say?
I said thank you.
Oh, gotcha. Thank you. Just so you all know, Academic Affairs Committee is canceled today. Our committee chair, Melanie Ramsey, is homesick. She'll hopefully be back with us next week, bright and chipper as ever. And I believe Student Affairs is canceled as well. Okay, yes. So with that, we'll then move into concluding roll call. That's what it's called. Senator Erickson.
Here.
Senator Moy.
Here.
Senator Ramsey. Senator Schmidt.
Here.
Senator Adedeji. Senator Owusu. Here. Senator Andrade Lara. Here. Senator Kronk.
Here.
Senator Landis. Here. Senator Nowinski. Senator O'Vrighty. Here. Senator Silwall. Senator O'Caro.
Here.
Senator Christensen.
Here.
Senator Akintan. Here. Senator Omar. Here. Senator Chaiti.
Here.
Senator Sajal.
Here.
Senator Garton.
Here.
Senator Sampson.
Here.
Senator Moeen.
Here.
Senator Mitchell.
Here.
Senator Rye. Senator Zellmer.
Here.
Senator Hoyseth. Senator Roebuck.
Here.
Senator Albright.
Here.
Senator Redinez.
Here.
President Cronin. All right. See you all next week.
Wait a second.
Oh, time is 4:24.
Sorry. Can't go on the record. We already thank you.
It's all ruined. Yeah, it was. I wonder what happened to our presenter.
I was just zoned out. I just wasn't paying attention.
Oh, no worries.
Okay,
I
thank
marked you
you.
down. I thought I saw you. I looked up and I saw you.